Hey everyone, today I'm going to try this contour drawing exercise that I found in this book, Pulling Your Paintings Together by Charles Reed. This is actually one of several books I have by Charles Reed, and I love his books. I always flip through his books to get ideas on things to draw. So for this particular book, the first few pages talk about drawing shapes and also contour drawing. How you can draw without lifting your pen, how when you are drawing you should focus on where the lines are going. So with contour drawing, you should focus a lot on the contours of the line, of the shape of the subject that you are drawing. And this book has a lot of instructions. So even with very simple pen and ink drawings like this, you can see they look pretty good. So I'm going to attempt to draw something like this today, and maybe later color the sketch with watercolor as well. This is the reference photo that I found online, which I think should be quite suitable for this exercise. We have all these people at this cafe or bar seated outside, and we have a lot of overlapping shapes, a lot of contours and combined shapes. So this is going to be quite fun. I'll put the link to where you can find this photo in the video description below. Let's start by drawing from the left to the right. So I'm going to draw without lifting my pen as much as possible. Oops. The trick here is really to focus on the contours, the shapes. Drawing chairs are really challenging because of all those shapes. Okay, I think this looks alright so far. I may have gotten the proportion off slightly. Another person here. The shirt of this person is joined to the shirt of the other person on the right side. So I can draw the t-shirts as one combined shape. The face looks a bit weird. Oops. There is another person wearing a dark shirt as well, so let me draw that as combined shape as well. I should have left out this line here. Okay. We have a chair here. That goes down like this. So this way of drawing is actually quite therapeutic. You really have to focus on what you see. Like, focus intensely on what you see. I'm going to try and draw a bit faster so that the sketch looks less stiff. Let's draw another head here. Another here. We have a chair. This is a really fun exercise. I believe I have made several videos on contour drawing before. And this is a fantastic exercise for beginners because it really helps train your observation skills and also your hand-eye coordination. another person here. So I actually lifted my pen several times during the sketch. I guess it's okay. Okay, we have a hand here holding a can, soft drink or beer. Another lady here. I'm not sure what that is. Mystic. That's a mystic. We have another chair here. Okay, this is actually quite fun. If you take a look at the book, you can definitely see the lines by Charles Reed are way looser. So my lines are quite stiff. There are two people here in the background. So now I'm going to try to draw with a lighter touch. I find that when I draw with a heavier touch, my lines are always very stiff. Let's fill in some of the blanks here. This is what I have so far. Pay attention to this area here. So I shouldn't have drawn the boundary here. I actually made another sketch prior to drawing this, and this was my earlier attempt. So here you can see I did not draw the boundary, and all these t-shirts here, they are joined as one shape, which I think looks more interesting compared to what I have here. And now let's paint. Oh, there are actually people in the background as well that I left out accidentally. Next, I'll have some blue, ultramarine blue mixed with phthalo blue. This is phthalo blue. This is ultramarine mixed with an earth color. Let's paint this shape here. Let's have some color blending so that the colors are not that flat. And this whole area here is just black or very dark. And I can paint the hair for all those people here. Let's combine the hair into a shape as well. Let's have red for this guy. A light magenta here. And a very light yellow here. And right here, I'm going to mix it with some ultramarine to make this darker. And then have this color blend into the table here. And this is concentrated lemon yellow. Oops, I think the yellow came out, but I think it works. It could be reflection for the beer. Next, I can use a ultramarine and an earth color to paint all these darker areas. Alright, I think this sketch is done. Let me just paint the ground to get some contrast between the ground and the chairs. Let me make this a bit darker. Maybe some lines here may work. So this is the completed sketch. My lines are a bit stiffer than what I would like, but I guess it looks alright. So this shape here, these two chairs here could be joined into a single shape. I could have left out this line here. It would be interesting to see this as a single shape. I like this part here. This is combined together as a single shape. So while drawing earlier, I did not close up my lines. I actually have a lot of open gaps. Here you see the gap is open. And here you don't really see the table. I left this open because I wanted to blend the color here into the table. And this edge, this table edge, it's quite difficult to see in the photograph, so there's no need to draw that edge. And here you can see a lot of open lines, a lot of gaps. There's no edge here as well, and no edge here for the shirt. This is an interesting way to sketch and paint. You don't always have to draw the boundary, and by not drawing the boundary, you leave a lot to the imagination. And in this case here, the colors are able to blend very nicely into one another. There are no ink lines to separate the colors, and even so, the scene still reads really well. Sometimes when drawing, it feels like you are piecing together a puzzle. I mean, you can certainly draw all the lines, but sometimes it's also quite fun to figure out what are the lines that you don't need to draw. Instead of using lines to define the subject, you can also use shapes to define the subjects. Do check out my other free tutorials on YouTube using the link that I have for you in the video description below, and consider supporting me on Patreon if you want access to even more in-depth drawing tutorials. Thanks for watching. See you guys again. Bye.